I'm just calling to say I I'm just calling to say I
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history. Yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history. Yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. Sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. Sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. I love it grows with the memories like a symphony. You and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. I love it grows with the memories like a symphony. You and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, you and I, we got history, yeah.
from me, I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about. We will pretend to be what we were. With paper crowns, with paper crowns, you don't wanna leave. I'm the one to keep. Unknown enemies out of our fortress with paper crowns. Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. You see, just think but this time the story's about. That's a bit with paper crowns. Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about. A king and a queen pretend to be with you don't want to leave. I'm the one to keep. Unknown enemies out of our fortress with paper ground. Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that you see. Just stay right here. Not fiction, but this time the story's about. A king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Valhallan Camp Hill live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday night, so you all know what that means. We have some lovely Valorant for you guys tonight, and we might also have a little guest caster. Still some stuff up in the air with that, but we might have someone come up here and join me in a few minutes if that happens. But for now, you guys know it'll be just me. And we will be watching Smite tonight. And Smite roster is the normal roster that we're used to seeing. So I will introduce them very quick. We have Atlee, aka 4-Slot Toaster. We have Raptor, aka Colin. We have Animal Team, aka Evie. We have Penguin, aka Eric. And we have Willmark, aka Will. So again, the normal roster, the standard roster at this point. I'm looking to see what waves they can make tonight and see if they can keep this streak up. And this is a team that needs to perform at this point week in and week out if they want to qualify for ESC. And we saw last week complete handling of their opponents. So let's see if they're able to keep that momentum or if they're going to fall short a little bit this week. Obviously, that is for them to decide and for us to get to watch. So I suspect we are just a few moments away from getting the game started, and whenever things are ready, then we shall get started. And again, I'm really excited to see this roster. Feels like this is the first time we've had the full normal roster in a couple weeks now, so I'm really interested to see how they come back. This is a team that's still very much trying to be in the hunt for ESC, so they're going to battle. They're going to leave it out on the field and hopefully qualify. Hopefully, can make it to Florida, but obviously that is all in their hands, so we will have to wait and see what the finals look like, what the power rankings look like at the end of this spring season. But we are very excited. I know I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Talking to the team, they're feeling good. I was able to watch some of their practice in the beginning, and they're locked in. They are ready to go. Some of the players feeling very solid, so as soon as ours get extended here, then we should be getting going, which I haven't seen any get extended yet, but looks like we're changing servers up right now, so I anticipate ours are going to get sent over any second. It looks like the Nitro game is going to happen, but it's going to be a 2v5, so that game is probably going to be quick, and obviously I don't want to jinx anything, but hard to say for sure, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what that happens, and maybe that means I'll get my guest caster up here a little bit later, maybe not, I don't know. Obviously completely up to how quick they can handle that game, but obviously with this one not starting yet, still good odds, and obviously if this game goes to length, we could see him pop up for at least a few rounds, which would be great to have him come up here and then, be able to talk to a player perspective and hear some of those things until we get the player interviews up here. But I believe servers just got sorted out, and I see the R's get extended. Let's see if they are sent back. And R's are sent back. And we are ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some Smite Valorant. Alright, we can see Smite against the XPL-OC Fire Dragons. Taking a little look at the roster so far. We see some hovers, no one locked in yet. Obviously, now we start to see some lock-ins. We see Eric lock in Vito. We see Colin lock in Phoenix. I anticipate we're going to see Atlee lock in Raze. No walks in yet. No walks in from the other team yet. So still a lot of time here. 30 seconds. Still talking over some strategy stuff, figuring some things out. I think maybe Atlee's having a little technical difficulties that they're trying to deal with before they actually get going here. But full anticipation that this is going to be a good match. And with things slowly ticking down here as we go to 0, we will see the hovers get locked in. And we will have to see what the Fire Dragons have decided to lock as well. And it looks like we see Lemon on Gecko, China on Jet, Ballin on Astra, Blink on Chamber, and Sukuna on Yoru. Really interesting to see what this team is going to be able to do on Bind. This is a map we've seen a numerous time before. And let's see how well. So it looks like Smite is going to go A site first, going to start the tempo. They are attack first here. Sorry, had to adjust you guys a little bit just so I could see a little better. But yes, we're going to see, looks like a full 5-stack through showers here. And it looks like Allie going to lead the charge here. Let's start with Allie. Let's see what he does. Evie right next to him. And Eric already finds one through connector there. And Atlee gets spotted. Will falls. Good shots there from Atlee. Can't find a kill. Oh, just misses the head dink over the boxes. Although Eric is there. And they know one was heaven, although it is smoked off. Although Jet finds 2. Oh, what a head dink there from Eric. As he finds the 4K. Can he find the ace? It's all up to him. A 1v1. Spike is planted. He can just buy time here. Doesn't have to force. Tries to swing out. Can't. Can't find the ace. And did he waste enough time? He did. And Smite take the round 1-0. And that's a good way for them to start.
In the next 5 minutes of some
And it looks like here we're going to see the same thing. This time a little split up. We're going to see 3 rush through showers and 2 go through connector. And it looks like Atlee is actually going to be the first one out here. We're going to watch Will, though, as Evie leads the team through showers. Will right next to her. And Allie's going to find the first kill on the Jet. That's a huge takedown. Although Eric's going to fall and responds. Spike does go down. Will thought about throwing his grenade. Decided to save it. Will just doing his best to kind of hold the spike here. Yes, he's kind of trapped, although good shots there from Colin. As Colin finds 2 and does fall.
1 enemy remaining.
Maybe finds 1, though. It's a 3v1. As Will sees the teleport. Can't find the kill with the stinger. Creates some shots. Is able to change positions here. Evie's going to find the swing. Can't find the kill. Will's going to be the one that cleans it up. And Smite are gonna take the round 2-0.
Fancy waiter. Let's ask him for the wine list.
I need a drop. Thanks.
Looks like that Nitro game's still up in the air. Don't know if it's gonna happen yet or not, which will determine if my guest caster is gonna come up here. And a really aggressive play here from the Fire Dragons. Oh, what shots there from China as they're able to find 2. Spike was picked up though from Colin.
Trap trigger.
And it looks like they're gonna rotate to B side. No, it looks like actually they're gonna go back to A. Maybe the fake rotate. Excuse me. And Eric is able to find a good kill there. Colin gonna clean up another. It's a 3v3. Although a huge flash there from Yoru. Colin's gonna fall.
Standing.
Eric is gonna fall, and now it's all up to Will. And he's only got a stinger. He sees the Astra flank. And at this point, he's starting to get pinched in showers, and he can't do much. As the Fire Dragons take the 3rd round and make it 2-1. It does look like that Nitro game is happening and confirmed, so I'll keep an eye on how their game is doing. Again, that's a 2v5. 5 on the side of Nitro, 2 on the side of the other team, so really interesting to see how they do.
Let's start this party.
But let's see what Smite can cook up here. As yet again, they're going this A connector, maybe wanting to rotate to B. No, looks like they're going to run it down. Colin by himself in showers, as Ali's going to be the first to fall.
Countermeasure broken.
And it looks like now we are going to see that quick rotate. Although Evie just going to stand in the Gecko grenade to kill the other Gecko. That's what we call the Gecko diff. Although Evie gets taken out. A 3v4 here in the favor of the Fire Dragons, although we do see that ult from Colin. Let's see if he can find anybody on B site. He's checking corners, he can't. So he's just going to warp back. And Will is going to fall.
Down B.
And Colin's all ahead. He's able to find 1 kill. He sees the Astra. He's going to flash out. But has to worry about the flank. Gets killed from behind. And now it's all up to Eric in a 2v1. And he's able to catch it all here. Oh, wow. Almost missed some shots. But it doesn't matter because he comes in clutch when necessary. Eric secures his team the round. 3-1 Smite.
Malfunctioned yet. Can we celebrate?
Can someone buy me, please? Get it.
A little afraid of some of those shots we saw from Eric on that jet, but luckily he picked it up on the chamber, so
Get out of my way.
although Evie falls quick here. Atlee's gonna fall as well.
Going up.
Taking some shots through the wall. Don't find anybody. We're gonna swing out, sees the Euro, but can't find a kill. That smoke does get deployed. It looks like they're gonna go a little bit of a longer path to B here. So they're gonna try to go B main.
Last player standing.
Although 2,
Down.
3,
Flawless.
excuse me, get killed by the Astra. And the Fire Dragons bring it back 3-2. The game not over by any means.
Can someone buy me, please? Appreciate it.
You want to play? Let's
And let's
play.
see what Smite are going to cook up this time. Looks like we're going to see the split B. Some are going to go B long. Some are going to go through hookah.
Enemy spotted. B.
And Atlee's going to be the one that finds first blood. Although a huge flash there as two get eliminated. But Atlee's able to pick up the trade. 3v3 here. They do have to worry about that chamber ult. And Chamber does find one. Gecko finds one as well. And now Atlee has a lot to do here if he wants to clutch for his team. Trying to find the Gecko, but can't. And the Fire Dragons tie it up at 3.
I'm going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick on.
I was waiting for more detail because I know we're
Take them out.
It looks like we're going to see the same push here. Oh, good shots there from Evie. Now she's able to shut down an op. And now we're going to see some Util get dumped backside on a B. Able to collaborate to find the Yoru there. Colin finds Gecko. And pure aggressiveness coming out from Smite this time. And it seems like that's what they needed. Yeah, Spike is down, and it's a 1v5.
Watch it. Expire.
Right, flawless.
And Evie is going to be the one that finds the jet. And Smite take the advantage yet again, making it 4-3.
Don't hold back.
And we're going to see Atlee with the rocket jumps, trying to find that kill with his rocket launcher. Shoots it, doesn't find anybody though. As Atlee's able to find the jet, huge shots there from him. And a little trade goes through there. Might still have the advantage, never mind.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
And now it's all up to Penguin. And Eric has a lot to do. He has a 3v1 on his hands. Spike has not been planted. He can't just play time. He has to take some initiative here, and he does. He finds the Gecko. Can he find the next two? Still has some time here. 40 seconds still. He's going to have to start to move, though, and you would suspect that Chamber and Astra are both just playing Spike. So he's going to do his best to try and clear sight here. He sees Astra, and he kills Astra. He has one more. He still has 25 seconds, and he finds the Chamber. The 3K, and Eric gives his team the round, making it 5-3 Smite.
But we only need one.
Huge clutch there from Eric.
Find it together.
As we take a little peek and we see how involved every single person is on the Smite roster. Looks like Will still trying to make his mark this game, but See what I did there? Didn't do that on purpose, but this team firing on all cylinders so far. Just have to keep this gameplay up.
Enemy spotted A.
And we see Ali jump peek there with a grenade throw. Now we're gonna sit in this Astra smoke. Some shots are gonna come through the wall here in showers. Oh, Ali doesn't fall for the Yoru clone. Swings out, sees Jet. Baits a couple shots. Doesn't take any damage, but doesn't find any shots on her.
There.
We see some teleports there from Eric. As Jet's gonna find two. 2v4. Never mind. 1v4. And Colin blinded. Does still have Spike. Tries to flash. Can't get it through. And the Fire Dragons bring it back 5-4.
Their success ride.
Can I get a drop?
Let's see what Smite is gonna do here. Maybe 5-stack connector? Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what happened. We're seeing a very aggressive push here from Smite as a lot of util gets thrown. Colin does get blinded there. Will actually gonna get killed. Colin doesn't fall for the Yoru clone. With a lot of people crowding lamps, they're pinching themselves here. Although Colin does a great job at finding a kill. We see Eric teleport across. Although Evie falls, Colin falls, and now Eric has to win a 1v4. He finds one. He gets flashed and can't do anything else other than anticipate his death. And that's exactly what happens as the Fire Dragons tie it up again at 5. You have to give a lot of credit to this Fire Dragon roster. They've done a great job at just battling back every single time. Smite get a couple rounds, and then Fire Dragons battle back. It seems like that has just been the story of this game so far. Let's see if it continues here.
You want to play? Let's play.
As this is still anyone's game. We've seen early flash here. Eric is able to get out of danger, but can't find the Yoru. And we see some util get dumped here. But so many kills happening at the same time. And Will's on a timer. He's going to teleport over to A, but that timer, I just don't think he's going to find a kill. He's going to die, and now it's a 2v5. And Evie and Colin would have a lot to do here. Colin sees one flank and finds the Astra kill, but falls shortly in response, and now Evie has a 1v4. Luckily, Spike is down. She just has to try and buy some time. Sees so many. She finds 2. Finds 3. No. So close. Almost finds the 4K, but can't, as Jet shut her down. And for the first time this game, the Fire Dragons take the lead and make it 5-6.
Last round before the switch.
Find a use for every life player. They won't go with us.
Now, it looks like here they're going to go back to their A push. We're going to see the Gecko all come through on showers. As it doesn't find anybody. We also see Eric's ult as well.
Who's next?
Eric gonna dummy TP here. And it looks like we are gonna see the rotate come through. Eric gonna maybe try and find an initial point of contact here. See if he can get his team on the kill sheet. Gain a little bit of an advantage for Smite as they really need this round here. And teleports right into Astra's bullets. And we're going to see Will try to play the rush here as they are able to find the Astra. But it's a 2v4. And if you're Smite, you can't like these odds. And Will is going to fall, and Evie falls at the exact same time. And the Fire Dragons take the advantage as we swap sides, 5-7.
Speak up out there, but make your words count. Trap set.
Right here.
It looks like we're going to see a 3-2 split here. I think it's Will and Eric on B. And Evie, Colin, and Atlee on A site. We do see some util come down on A. A lot of util gets dumped out as Colin's able to find one. Evie has such a good flash but can't find any kills in it.
Spike planted.
Colin has to be careful of lamps here. Huge shot there from Chamber. 3v3. Atlee finally gives Smite the advantage.
One enemy remaining.
Huge blind there. But it doesn't matter. As can they stick the defuse? Yes, they can. And Smite take the round and are trying to battle back as they make it 6-7 after the first round of the half.
They mess with one of us.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest up here now. Now that his game is over, Lachlan, welcome into the booth. And how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm excited to commentate this rest of this game.
Absolutely. So first off, while this game's going on in the background, we gotta know, how would your guys' game go?
13-0. It was a 5v2.
It was a 5v2.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that to happen, but now you're up here. Now we get to watch the battle of this game.
Yeah.
Oh, huge shots there from Eric. And even though Eric got the first kill, we haven't seen any other contact yet.
Looks like they might be pushing hookah. Never mind, they're pushing A side.
Oh, yeah, looks like it was just a rotate. Now Evie's left by her lonesome.
Evie's possible some kills here right now.
Spike planted.
Spike does get planted, but I think Evie has kind of gone undetected here.
Evie gets the kill. She's gonna find the second.
No,
Ooh,
she can't.
Sadly not. And
And Colin is gonna be the one to pick it up there. I think you have to thank Colin a little bit because there were some panic shots there from Eric. But what's important is somebody take the round and tie it up at the 7s. And this has been the story for this game for Lachlan, for you just coming up here. The team is taking advantage by 2 rounds, and then the other team comes back. There's 2 rounds, and then You just
Trading
rinse and
rounds.
repeats.
Yeah.
Yep. So
If they can play like this consistently, they will definitely win the game. And I am praying.
absolutely, you and me both, brother. Well, we're seeing a really aggressive push here from
Looks
Evie
like
Natley.
Pushing Bath. Looks like Ace it's under pressure. Evie sadly goes down.
Natley at 27 shoots the clone, but able to avoid the flash.
He gets the kill. He's looking for a second one. Hero flashes up. Possibly to get a second one here. He gets the second. He gets the second one. Oh my gosh. Colin's left in a 1v3.
Yep, with the Marshall too. You can't like these odds. And Jet knows exactly where he's at.
Ooh.
A little unlucky there for Colin, but again, hard situation to be in. Fire Dragons take the round and make it 7-8.
Those were beautiful shots from Natley.
Absolutely. I honestly thought he was gonna get that flick on Jet from across A site, which would have been disgusting to watch that.
Looks like they might be playing aggressive again.
Last time this really shot them in the foot here.
Or with the incredible flash, I could say. He gets the trade.
Yep, good trade there though.
That was just unlucky from Atlee's part.
Absolutely.
Will goes down. 3v4, winnable.
And they still know some are in showers.
One's on site. Evie gets the kill.
Good shot there.
Oh.
Unlucky from Evie. And now Eric in a 1v3.
Eric with the right rotate.
He finds one. He saw the head of another.
He knows where both of them are.
Mm-hmm.
He possibly could get flanked in this situation.
True.
He might have to watch out for
And
that.
time is his enemy here.
Looks like he's looking for the other position.
Might just be saving at this point, to be honest. I don't know how much time he has left.
Definitely safe. If we peek now,
Yep,
we're
there
trolling.
it goes, yep. Just wasted a little bit too much time, I think, if he wanted to try and make a play there.
That was unlucky. It's just they like kind of like backed off the start and then they re-pushed, so you can't really get with the rotates that well from that.
Fire Dragons take the round, 7-9, and again,
anybody's game.
Still anybody's game, and this is what we've seen all game. But Smite can't afford to give up many more if they want to try and win this game.
Interesting setup from Eric. I'm noticing that.
Is that a trip or is that a flash or?
That's so like Sage Roll, that would break a Sage Roll. It breaks you too.
Okay.
So if someone would like dizzy out, it breaks it. So it's quite cool. Vito's not that good in competitive play though, but here I think he's pretty good. And Evie loves that Spectre.
She sure does. Who's next? Maybe trying to save for next.
Looks like they're trying to maybe get a few kills this round and then buy next. Eric with the kill. Eric can get it too.
I feel like that was a little undisciplined from Eric, especially, I mean, they got, him and Will both got a kill. I feel like he should have just backed up and waited for his team, but.
Definitely. Evie's pushing up elbow, trying to look for a kill.
And Atlee
Will
falls.
has a Spectre, can't do much.
2 Spectres left here, and now Evie has a 1v3 on her hands.
Spawn, might be a kill.
Has to be where that flank now. Good shots there.
I would send Dizzy at this moment. She has the Vandal. She could just save. Sadly, this hero is playing quite well.
That dang shorty. Fire Dragons take the round, 7-10. Smite need to figure it out now. They cannot afford to give up many more rounds here. Still just haven't been able to crack the Fire Dragons on defense yet. And typically we say Smite is stronger on defense, so.
You want to play? Let's
As
play.
we see the jump peaks here from Will. You see some Util get used. Oh, huge Astro wall there.
Free sight. Looks like the stretch trying to push out of this.
And 2 down. Eric able to find the trade, though. Maybe a little debate, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard with the Astro.
Exactly.
But you could.
Atlee finds 1. Might have the advantage right now.
3v2, they have to play this right.
Yep.
Possibly rotating? Do they have spike?
No. Well, yeah, I think Fire Dragon still have spike, so. Oh, Eric saw 1 in showers.
Eric.
Did he, did he not see him? Okay, he did see him.
I think he was trying to flank him. I think that was his process. Euro knows he's flank. It's a 1v1.
Yep, 1v1 here. Eric's had a
Euro-
couple clutches this game so far, but
Euro definitely has a few flashes left. Oh,
I don't know if I can support that decision.
I don't think that was the greatest CP. Hopefully,
You know, like, I get the idea. You know, maybe you hope that he's back towards spawn. You hope he's on the other side of doors, but I mean,
It's
in
risky.
container, that's a risky TP.
personally, I would have not done that.
Yeah. And Smite here gonna take a timeout. The Fire Dragons are up 7-11. So let's see what they're able to cook up in this timeout. As it needs to be something here. I mean, Smite cannot give up at this point really any rounds. Now, of course, they still can give up 1, but their backs are as pretty much as against the wall as they can be. So, well, Lachlan, talk to me a little bit in this situation. What would be going through your mind? What are you telling your teammates?
Well, so what I'm thinking they should doing is maybe using a little more util, because I'm not seeing that much util from us, but there's definitely enough util. But I feel like we might need a little more to just like stun the push, stop the push, and just like not taking fights we don't need to, and calming to our teammates more maybe, because it seems like some people don't know where other people are.
Yep. And I feel like exactly like you said, like the Fire Dragons are pushing on so aggressive, but then Smite isn't finding a way to stall that, not finding a way to buy their teammates the time to rotate, to gain that additional support. So
I would say Vito's probably not the best sentinel on this map. There's definitely like probably 3 or 4 more better ones than that.
I
Like
mean, we've seen KJL out on this map,
AJ,
Chamber,
Deadlock,
obviously.
Chamber, Vice would probably be better picks for
yep.
Vito. Vito's more of like I feel like more like a selfish game style.
Okay.
Well, just from personal experience.
Oh, and a lack of discipline there from Will, as he's just jumping for joy and gets dome pieced.
As I was saying, Vito doesn't really have like any like good util like to stop, but like it has good like for like pushing on.
Yeah.
I would say. Ooh.
Some whiffs
Evie
there from Evie.
almost. In her defense, the Jet was still walking, and then she just stopped.
That is true. That is true.
Predicting.
And she probably did a lot of damage.
Did a lot of damage.
Yep. Colin's gonna clean it up there.
Colin's looking for the second. He gets a Vandal. This is more winnable. Atlee does have an ult, so I could see an ult coming through. I could see him ulting Bath if he can get in the right position to do that. 2v2.
He's gonna tap it.
Nice, beautiful
Shot there
kill.
from Atlee, although he's blinded.
So close.
A good
so
blind.
close.
Colin's still alive though.
Colin gets the kill. Oh,
And
unlucky. They were
just-
flanking.
Yeah, just a really good push there from the Fire Dragons. And now Smite down 7-12. The Fire Dragons on match point. It has to happen now. If Smite has any chance of coming back in this game, they have to win out here and force OT
Oh, definitely. They have to win every single round and play it right. In my opinion, we have to. This is just me. This is what I'm seeing. More util.
Absolutely.
But like I'm not as high rank as these guys. Like Atlee's like ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe my thought process is not right, but that's how I would think.
We're seeing.
Eevee does have the ult.
Yep. And pays the price for and a quick 2-3 down for Smite. And again, we talked about it. You talked about it. I talked about it. But they just can't find a way to stall this Fire Dragon team. And Colin essentially trapped in his spawn here as he finds 2. Finds 3, finds 4.
Oh my gosh. He has all the util he needs. Oh. Chamber just loves Bath.
Heartbreaking there. What a clutch that would have been. That would have been insane clutch there from Colin. I'm surprised he got the 4 at the start, to be honest with you.
That's on their part, I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
They left that all in Chamber.
They sure did. But the Fire Dragons do take the game. So Lachlan, I know you came in a little late, and I know we were talking about it, but from what you saw, what was making Smite, what was breaking Smite, and then what was making the Fire Dragons and what was breaking them.
Making Smite, like, what Smite was doing good is like. So I'm gonna start with what they were doing wrong, and then go into what they're doing right. So Ron, I feel like they could have used some util and not baited each other so much, because I feel like there was a few baits in there, but not so many. But more like, I feel like they might have like needed like a different, more powerful sentinel. Like nothing wrong with like Vito or anything, but Vito just doesn't have the ability to hold that sight that well.
Yep.
So they just like they can dash through it. The only like time he's like really good is like with Sage and stuff.
Yeah.
It's good counted to Sage and stuff. And the good thing, I'm gonna start with the bad thing. The
Fire Dragons. Yep.
Yeah, they were probably a little too aggressive, in my opinion. Well, yeah, they could have like dialed down. I feel like that might have been one of their, but it was also one of their good things because they were like good to get on site and get it down quick, so they could just play post plant.
Absolutely.
They were definitely really good at post plant. I would say that they were good at trading each other and just like playing aggressively post plant. So.
Yeah. Well, Lachlan, of course, it's always great to have you up here. Hopefully, maybe in future weeks we can have you up here for the whole game, depending on how things go. But we're gonna have some interviews come up here, so of course it's always an honor to have you join me in the booth.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Let's see who we can get. It looks like Eric, aka Penguin, is gonna be the first one to join me in the booth here. Eric, welcome. How are you feeling after that game?
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, that is fair. That's a fair. We saw you guys start out really hot, but then really fell on defense. Can you talk to me a little bit about what happened after you guys switched halves?
On defense, it was really, we were just, as we were talking a bit ago, we were swinging one by one. Many of the plays that we were trying to do, it ended up not working out. We'd make these small mistakes and they'd catch it on us. But when we actually played together, they were having so much trouble.
Yep.
That's best way to put it, we were getting too aggressive at some points.
And I want to hear your opinion. The Fire Dragons very aggressive on attack. There were a lot of times where it seemed like you guys couldn't even buy enough time for rotates to happen. So in those moments of super aggressive attacks, is there anything going on? What are you guys trying to do to prevent those?
From what it could see, because I was playing the site that they were never really hitting, it was B-side that all around, is that it's like they were just backing off, playing for retake, trying to get everyone together. So we didn't have that thing of one person on site, everyone else CT, and then one person's just getting singled out, and then it's a 4v5.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that was your guys' first loss this season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So season not over by any means here, but with a loss like that, is that something that you guys are gonna have to work on? Is the mental okay? What is the bounce back gonna look like for next week?
Yeah, it could be switching up the comps. I mean, we tried some new stuff this week that the Vito, which did work pretty well. We also tried the I think we had Will on smokes this week, which didn't go too bad. Really just figuring out what to do because we were trying some new stuff this week on a map that we play a lot.
Yep.
We assumed it was going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Eric, a little heartbreaking on the loss tonight. I know it was a battle, so GG's. Go next. We'll go next. You focus on next week, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. Let's see. It looks like we're gonna have. Nope. It looks like we're gonna have Colin come up here next. Colin, not a regular in the booth. Welcome into the booth. And how are you feeling after that game?
Horrible.
Horrible. Wow. Well, can you talk to me a little bit why you're feeling that way?
I felt like there's no way we should have lost that. No offense to them. They played amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we could have played that so much better. I feel like VHEL wasn't exactly the greatest pick for our side. But I also feel like we could have played more together as a team, as Coach said, and traded off each other, not baiting each other, and, like, waiting. That's something I did. I should have just waited for him, but there's a lot of things we should have done better.
Yeah, and I want to talk. After the half, there was you guys were playing together on attack. Everything was working well, and then we saw the half swap, and then everything went downhill. So, was it something specifically about how the Fire Dragons were playing on attack?
We just never had smokes. Will just was not smoking. I can't lie. The entire game, he just wasn't smoking. We all told him he needs to smoke.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. And I heard from Eric, you guys trying some new things. Obviously, Will on smokes and the veto pick. Are those things that are happening? Not those specific, things, but are these things that we're going to see kind of weeks here and there where things get tried again or new things get tried and then...
New things probably. I personally say Will, no more smokes for him. He waits way too long to smoke. And I would say on bind, no veto at all.
Yeah.
He's just too bad for that.
Yeah.
I'd prefer like Cypher or KJ.
Yeah.
Literally anyone else, even Sage. Sage is just bad on the map, but I prefer over veto.
Yeah. Well, Colin, I'm not going to hold you up here for too long. I know you're not a fan of the booth, so thank you so much for your time. And it's an honor to have you up here and get to chat with you.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Yep.
All right. Doesn't matter. All right, let's see who's going to come next. Looks like it's going to be Atlee. The man, the myth, the legend, the fragger. Atlee.
What's up?
Welcome into the booth, and how are you feeling after that game?
Not great.
Yeah, that seems to be the status quo for your team. Can you talk to me a little bit more specifically about what went wrong, what went right, those kinds of things?
Util's not coming in when we need it, and comms were off the entire game.
Yeah, and I actually heard you at one point, and now, again, with the headset on and everything, now you're pretty close to me still, but I actually heard you at one point go, guys, can we please clear comm?
Yeah, because there was a little argument going on between our teammates, and it just kept going and going. I was like, we got to focus if we want to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Atlee, now at this point, you're someone who's very well versed in the game, someone who's definitely taken a step in leadership. When we see those misplays, when we see these mishaps, what are you doing in those moments, or what is your teammates doing, or what is even your coach doing to try and rein everything back in?
Definitely just trying to clear communications, let the coach talk is definitely important, and it just wasn't happening tonight. We were just being loud. I think we just need to focus up more. We're talking about topics that aren't even about the game, and I think that's one of the problems.
Absolutely. And now I wanna touch a little bit, because we haven't talked about it a lot. Was from seasons a while ago at this point. You always said that one of the keys to winning was having fun and being able to have fun in comms, but also lock it in.
Yeah.
Is that something you feel like hasn't been a thing these past couple seasons? Is that what has been missing from this team? Is that fun aspect?
Definitely this game, it was just a lot of arguing going on, and I think we just needed to take a full reset, and just reset, which didn't happen, and I think that's why we lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Atlee, thank you so much for your time. Season's not over by any means, so I'm hopeful you guys will turn it around, but I know it's always tough after a hard loss like that, so
yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, let's see if we are going to get the full sweep or if we're going to get Coach. All right, looks like I am going to have the full sweep as Evie makes her way into the booth. Evie, welcome into the booth. How are you feeling after that game?
A little bit sad and upset because that was definitely not our best performance.
Yes, I would definitely agree. you know, and I asked all of your teammates that came up here, but was there any specifics about what went wrong, what was going on that kind of prevented you guys from playing at your top level?
How I explained to coach and how I felt was we weren't playing well as a team at all. Everybody was just trying to get the next kill to be higher on the leaderboard. We weren't playing together for trades. It just felt like we were all competing against each other to be on the leaderboard. And we had a few util problems that we need to work out. And just overall, we just need to work on playing as a team. It doesn't matter who gets the kill as long as the kill is gotten.
Exactly.
So.
And now I heard little birdie told me that you would just recently came off of a break from the game.
I did.
So being able to take a break and step away for a period of time, but then coming back and putting yourself in this kind of environment, what does that do not only for the reset aspect, but also in a loss like this? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling definitely some things I can learn on, some things I need to work on after my break. More like the spraying part, just work back on tapping and not panicking more. But definitely with the break, I feel like I can understand things more. Like I'm picking up on different things I didn't pick up on before. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, finally, I want to talk about. It seems like now, not just you, but you, Atlee, I'll throw in this as well, have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Valorant. Are we just in a hate moment right now? Or are we gonna have the reconnection here soon and come back, or what's going on with that?
I feel like this happens to me every year. I start like moving away from the game, like, you know, I'm gonna take a break. Like the mental is just not here, and then I'll get back into the grind state. It's just that it's normally when the rank resets, I'm just like, I get put down so low, and I'm like, this game
it's always tough to battle back.
This game doesn't like me. Like maybe it's my time to go. And then I'll be like, you know, this game's pretty fun. You know, maybe I'll lock back in. So
It sure is. It sure is. Well, Evie, thank you so much for your time up here. I know it always sucks to kind of lose like that, but keep your head up high. You guys will come back next week and hopefully be able to rally. So we look forward to watching you then. Thank you. All right. Last, but most certainly not least, the man of the hour, Coach Jacob, is going to join me in the booth. Coach Jacob, welcome into the booth. And how are you feeling after that game?
I mean, pretty disappointed, to be honest. I knew pretty early on what our issues were going to be in that match, based off of like what we're doing in the early rounds on attack. And we reiterated it like over and over again. I knew that teamwork was our main issue. Like our coordination was just not there tonight. But we didn't end up fixing it by the end.
Yeah. And I want to hear your opinion on some of the feedback that I got up here was lack of communication, lack of util, lack of playing together. You know, and I know some of them you talked about, but what are you going to be able to cook up here to kind of attack those issues? Because it seems like as much as it was really an issue tonight, this hasn't been a 1 week issue.
Yes. I would say it's especially prevalent tonight, but it's been, like you said, a ever battle with communication and teamwork. I think going forward, I might try to make them play slower. If we play slower, it'll give them more time to think about, like, hey, am I standing next to somebody? Am I swinging at the same time? Is the other half of the team that we're trying to coordinate with, are they moving out at the same time? So stuff like that. It is not necessarily their favorite play style. They like to play fast. That's why we play the double duelist and everything like that. But I think it is something we're going to have to explore moving forward for sure.
And finally, I want to talk about when we saw Fire Dragons on attack. They stepped up their pace incredibly.
Yes.
I mean, they were running down site, getting trade or two, you know, taking advantage early on. And in those situations, when you guys are down, you know, a player or two, what is going through your mind to kind of let the team know that it's still doable, it's still anybody's round, and that you guys can battle back in those tough situations?
Yeah, I like to first of all focus on like what we can do right here now. Like break up the site into like, all right, can we take this space? Like what space do we have? What do we take after that? What util do we have for that? Just focus on the here and now, and it keeps everybody kind of centered, not tilting or anything like that. Our big thing tonight was just those efforts were coordinated as well as they usually are in the past.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Well, Coach Jacob, I don't want to hold you up here too long. Wow, typically I end these with congratulations, but I can't congratulate you tonight, unfortunately. So I have good faith, though. You guys will bounce back from this little hiccup and turn the season back on track, if you will. But of course, we'll be up here rooting for you, and I have faith in you. So thank you so much.
Yep, have a good one.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first from the whole Smite roster, everybody that was here in person at least, from Coach Jacob and from myself and Lachlan. Hard fought game tonight, an unfortunate loss, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You can't win them all. And this one, I just couldn't rally in. So, from myself, Coach Christian, and everybody here at Valhallan Camp Hill, thank you guys so much. Tune in on Monday for some Fortnite duo builds. And until then, have a good night, everybody.